Don't blink, it's your boy Ing. Welcome to the Complayer Show. I'm because I'm doing more because I'm having a wonderful day. And it is very early. 5:40 a.m. 5:40 a.m. What a good way to start, Ink. What a good way to start. And it's 5:40 a.m. Morning videos. I just wanted to come in, do a week review of the Umigdi 100, because we had it for a week. So I saw that people that are doing phone review are doing it for weeks. You're gonna see me looking at the screen. We're doing some Twitch stream and figuring some stuff out. So not super focused, but not super unfocused at the same time. Sounds good. Sounds delightful. So again, the Umigdi 100 first, if you will, purpose, of course, was to the phone is completely done. I'm gonna show you actually. It was a cheap phone. But I didn't expect it to be that bad. So the quality of the camera is life-ending. It's not great. However, I make content, so my need for the phone is different than somebody that's using a phone normally. I was reviewing comments on the phone to see, okay, well, what do people think about it? Because ultimately speaking, what people think about it is going to be helpful in a sense of, okay, well, I'm going to buy this phone. I need to know if it's good or not. If it's not good, I'm not going to buy it. If it is good, I am going to buy it. So I feel lied to. I'm joking, of course, but still. However, most people are not going to be reliant on the quality of the camera. And most people are creature, myself included, creature habits. So if they chose to have a Umigdi before, they'll have a Umigdi after. You know what I mean? So the quality of the camera might be not great, but the entire phone is actually pretty cool. Like, for example, because the camera was so bad, it made me discover an app, and that app is amazing. That application is straight up amazing. This application, not only it does something stupid, but because it does something stupid, it is so helpful. Give me a sec. See, as a complaint, so the application is, I don't even have the name. Okay. There you go. Actually, listen. This is why I like the application, and I might be using it for my other phones. So on the surface, what you see here is the amount of gig we have free and the time. Now this doesn't matter much. This really doesn't matter much. However, when I am to film a video, I usually record the tower in the background. So with the tower, you get the exact time at which I was working. You don't get a date, but you get the exact time at which I was working. So for example, right now, it's 5:44 a.m. I can tell you this, and I can show you this sunrise. However, it could be a, also I can show you this, but that's a secret. It could be a green screen, right? Maybe 5:44 p.m., who knows? And as a guy that's very prideful about my work ethic, I think this is kind of nice. So the phone is not great. The phone in itself, the CPU and RAM are not great. They're not great at all. For example, I can dual stream. I can split stream. So most of the phone I'm going to be able to do, I'm going to be able to choose, okay, well, this is how big I want the tower, because that's what most of the time so when I say the tower, you play the tower with every single game you want. I'm just saying the tower because it's the game that we're playing, and I'm honest and I'm transparent about what I'm doing. So take this game, which is the tower. You get to choose how much of the screen is busy with the tower, and how much of the screen is busy with the camera. So right now, what we have is this for the camera, and about this for the tower. So together they do this, and this is my dual stream, which is actually not bad. So on this one you have half and half, which, I mean, it's okay, but at the same time, it's a little bit too much. Why's that a problem? Well, because if you're recording the screen, you want something that's good. Also, there's no pop-up screen, so you're stuck at two. This is a phone that's 3 years old. This is a phone that's a couple of months old. Well, technically February, March, April, June, Mars, Avril, May, no, May, June, and July, and August. So that's 8 months. So this is 3 years old, this is 8 months, and this is more performance. However, there is the understanding that this also costs a lot more. The bubble stream are not there. However, it's kind of crazy because when do I really use pop-up screen? I don't often. I don't often do that. I don't often need that. You understand? So to me, it's kind of odd that I'm complaining about something that I'm barely using. However, there is a possibility that I'm complaining because knowing that I have that, okay. So with the S24 Plus, one of the big problems that we had lately is the pen. The pen came undone. The S Pen came undone, and I went to buy another one. And in 3 years of using the S24 Plus Ultra, 2 years, sorry, we never used the pen. So what was I complaining about? Well, I'm complaining about the fact that we have something that we're allowed to use, but we don't have it. Right? So with the Umigdi, the fact that we don't have the pop-up isn't a big deal in itself, and it's also pushing you to be more decisive about what you use and what you don't use. Do I really need a third pop-up? Do I really need a second pop-up? You know? Do I really need to have a dual screen? Yes. Is that enough? Yes, it should be enough. You know? And to me, that's beautiful. Next on the list, we have functionality. Again, if I'm a content creator, I need things more. I'm just gonna blow my nose because it's annoying. I think for most people, this is amazing. Now, I'll be completely honest and say I haven't used it for big games. For example, Wizardry, White Wizardry, Variant Daphne, Persona 5, PGR, Punishing Grey Raven. You know, I haven't used it for that. So when it comes to performance, I'm not really there. However, it runs emulator, it runs the tower. So as a emergency phone, as a plan B, this is great. Now, I'm gonna be honest. The reason why we bought the S24 Plus was because I didn't like this phone enough. Why didn't I like the phone? Super good question. The phone was supposed to be used as a tablet. However, it was never used as a tablet. There's a problem of connectors that says that when I open the phone restarts. You understand? So this is a big problem. However, if I was able to use it more as a tablet, maybe I would have not even bought the S24 Plus. You know? So as a garbage phone, this is pretty freaking good. Now, when I say garbage phone, do I mean garbage phone? No. I mean a phone for a smaller budget. Okay, you take a disposable camera. Maybe that's a quality than a camera, but it's not supposed to be the same quality. So as a phone as budget, it's actually pretty good. Most people will use it as they wish. The fact that there's an audio jack, it's amazing. Am I gonna use the audio jack? No. But knowing that it's there is absolutely fun. The fact that there's a radio, I've been looking for radios on the phone as an application. This one doesn't use Wi-Fi, doesn't use an antenna. It just is. Now, ultimately speaking, the quality isn't great. But again, it's all about perception. I perceive this as a cool trick versus I perceive something as useless. I think that radio is cool. I have been listening to radio on my phone when I was broke. I was listening to it, and you need this antenna. And this antenna was weird because you have to be sitting at a certain angle to really capture the channel that you wanted. So this is really bad. The Umigdi, the capacity to use a SD card is huge. It's huge because this phone can't, and the S24 Plus can't. The tablet can, for sure, but as a phone, it's been years since I've had a phone. The S10 Plus didn't use a SD card. It didn't use an SD card. You know, most of them that I had didn't have an SD card, so it was kind of bad. It was kind of really bad, and I don't know. It sucks. It sucks because how can I say this? I had an expectation. To me, this is worse than the SN Plus. You know? And the SN Plus is two models before what we currently have. But this is still a really good phone. Biggest plus of the Umigdi is the quality of the phone itself. The way it feels, the size of it. It's big, it's fun. It didn't lag on me. It didn't reset. There's no bugs. There's no lagging. This one bugged. This one is lagging. This one, I had a recording of 2 hours yesterday, and it just vanished. This is very problematic. This is very, very problematic. You know, and to me, I'm like, dude, also something that's reliant. The Umigdi I know won't let me down. As a phone, for example, it's kind of nuts because I broke the first phone while losing it on the bike. And with the Umigdi, I was seeing that the phone was shaking a lot. And I was like, is it really a big deal? Not really. Not really. And I know that's an asshole thing to say, but it wasn't a big deal. So yeah, pretty happy about my buy. Once again, it's a $215 phone compared to $3,000, right? So this is a 12th of the price. Is a 12th the price? Am I getting a 12th of the performance? No, I'm getting a lot more. I'm getting possibly a 4 out of 12 performance. So it's a pretty good trade-off. Now, do I recommend the phone? I mean, honestly, let's put it like that, okay? I bought the SN Plus. I wasn't making content back then. I bought it in 2020. I bought it during the pandemic. Did I need that good of a phone? No. I would have used a Umigdi phone. I would have been happy. As a content creator, I don't recommend it. If you're using your phone a lot for work, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it because for work, you're reliant. You gotta tell your boss, yo, my phone doesn't work properly. Because you're gonna tell you, hey, buy a better phone, broke ass. You know? As a person that's using a phone for XYZ, can I text? Yes. Is it playing a lot of the games to waste time? Yes. Is it able to go on YouTube and TikTok? Absolutely. It does a pretty good job at it. You know what I use? I use it for Reddit, TikTok, YouTube, the tower, filming. And it does all that except for filming. So it is a good phone. It is a good phone. If you are a phone, see, there's also this kind of political ways about the phone. If it's Chinese, so you're like, oh, you know, the whole spy thing. Do I believe in the spy thing? No. I think the Chinese government doesn't care about what little Ink Vendetta does. If Ink Vendetta was a bigger content creator, possibly, but for now, you know, I didn't sign the parrot tits yet, so not that famous. Do I measure fame with signing tits? Absolutely. I have watched Howard Stern. This is how I was brought up, you know. To me, just having this storage is worth having a shitty phone, you know. So now, again, the important part. if you aren't a content creator and if you don't use your phone a lot, if you need a phone just to have a phone, to make calls, to watch YouTube, to watch Netflix, this is a great phone. If you need it for something else, if you're using your phone a lot, is this the best phone? Well, it depends. You see, for example, right? For example, with the laptop, I use the laptop a lot, right? So I need a good laptop. But if I didn't use the laptop a lot, I wouldn't even need a laptop. I wouldn't even need it, right? It's a question of how much you really use it. If you use it for it to be like, okay, I need to use it, okay, I need it, then get a better phone. There's other models. I was talking about the political aspect of it. The political aspect of it is quite important. It is in a lot of ways like, yo, you shouldn't pay. You shouldn't pay $3,000 for a phone. You just shouldn't. So maybe this is a way of saying fuck that, you know. Now, am I complaining about it? No, because when I bought the phone, I had a good job. Didn't matter. People were making fun of me at work because they're like, haha, you're so dumb. You bought a 2000 phone. And I was like, dude, I don't have a car. I don't have houses. You spend way more than that in things that I don't need to spend on. At the end of the day, I use it a lot. You use a car, I use my phone. You know? And I think, lastly, because again, it's a long video, but lastly, I think that we live in a society where you need a phone, right? Everybody has a phone. You want to feel part of it. They think you want to feel like you belong. One problem I had was, and actually that's a good problem. I was trying to upload a 6 hours videos on YouTube, and the video wasn't showing up. The video wasn't showing up at all. It was weird. I'm like, what the heck? Why is it not showing up? And second of all, when I went to post it, I would wait 2 or 3 minutes and it wouldn't show up. So what did I have to do? I had to change. I had to use YouTube Studio. That's pretty much it. So I think the other phone brought me simplicity. I think this one's bringing me a hardship. I think hardships are not that bad. I think hardships are actually kind of needed sometimes. And because they're kind of needed sometimes, then like, oh well, time to push myself to do something else. That's a good thing. Anyway, long enough video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.